The last time on Starships and Scoundrels, we met our crew after they had just won a swoop bike race on the Hutt-controlled city moon of Nar Shaddaa. 4 of them, Harry, R5, Umbrin, and Dread, had just reunited for the first time after being apart for 2 years. Another old friend of theirs, a Gungan by the name of Deet Ingles, was in need of a fresh set of racers for his team, and our crew eagerly agreed to fill in. Deet, however, had an extra bike to enter into the race, so they brought in the bounty hunter Kiba Kiba to fill in the last slot. Alo was the final member of the crew to actually join, and he observed this group of strangers to him from the grandstand situated outside the palace of Zintar, who is the hut that rules over this particular sector of Nar Shaddaa. Swoop bikes were ridden, blood was spilt, and our crew ultimately won the race. They then made their way back to Deet's garage to celebrate their victory. And not long after their arrival, some members of the opposing racing team, known as the Voss Gang, decided to stop by to express their displeasure with the outcome of the race. Their leader demanded Harry's head as compensation for the credits and lives that they had lost in the race. Blasters were quickly drawn from their holsters, and vibro weapons began cutting into flesh. The Voss, however, were far overmatched by our crew and were handily dealt with. Unlike everyone else involved, Alo openly used a lightsaber during the fight. Tensions quickly rose between Kiba and Alo due to this, but the bounty hunter's temper was ultimately able to be cooled. Umbrin Boone then asked Kiba to use his connections with the Bounty Hunters Guild to see if there were any posted bounties of interest. A few in particular stood out to him. One of them had been placed on a man named Drod, and another one for May Boone. And we'll now return to our crew on the ship, the Mayday, with the city moon open to them, although your ship currently does not have enough fuel or even a fuel charge-like reactor to fly. But it is a good base of operations. What would you all like to do?
All right, well, first things first. We need a fuel system here, and we need fuel to get off this rock. Second, did you find anything out about May?
Oh, me? Oh, was I supposed to do that?
Yeah, no, that was like...
went to...
Misa just messing with ya, Misa check.
Well,
Yeah, May Boone, right?
what a joker.
There's one thing you should know about me is I do not like jokes or humor at all.
Well, then you're just gonna have to tolerate me.
That's pretty much what I do with everybody.
So, the May Boone, right? She Twi'lek?
Yeah, she's a Twi'lek.
Somebody want her real bad.
Yeah.
50,000 credits.
Yeah, I heard that one. Any leads?
Just say she last seen leaving Nalhata.
Alright.
Long time ago. So no recently.
How long ago was that?
Misa think 2 years.
Shit.
It doesn't say on this sheet that I wrote down, but Misa remember 2 years.
Sorry, just to clarify, it wasn't 2 years. It was literally like a couple of days.
Why do I...
It was 2 years ago
huge
that
difference.
it was 2 years ago that Umbrin had first found the bounty.
I see. Okay.
When she was in a totally different section of space.
Quadrant 16, which we no longer have to go to. Well, unless now that is in Quadrant 16. I have no fucking idea. I have no idea. I shouldn't swear. It's my one rule, and I keep breaking it.
Alright, so we don't need to go to Section 6, Sector, whatever. We don't need to go there anymore.
No.
We need to go somewhere.
We need to get some fuel to get out of here.
Well, did anybody find out who, tried to kill us back there? Who their boss was?
I think you killed him.
Well, yeah, but remember, I gave somebody's head and told them, go tell your boss. That happened, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Halo killed him.
No. It was the droid. The droid ran up and stabbed him
Oh,
real quick.
Oh yeah.
It was
and then
like-
Halo ran the other guy down. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
so we don't know who was that they sent them, right?
Not really.
I did
no.
not have time to ask them in all the killing. No.
No, we did. We don't know who sent those guys after you.
Cool.
In all honesty, if we did know, would it help us? I think we just need to get out of here.
I mean, maybe they
Oh, I
obviously
agree.
they have a lot of money then, right? Maybe we could, go in there and just take it from them.
I would say anybody who has spent a little bit of time on Nar Shaddaa before we technically started can give me, let's see, what kind of check?
Streetwise.
I guess a lore check.
Oh, I'm really
Yeah,
good at
that's-
these.
A lore check, and can I cast my temporary boost tech power, which will allow me to add a d6 to it?
Yeah, go for it.
Wow.
Well, the dice scored me a 10 with my modifier of 7.
Everybody's rolling higher than you.
There you go.
I got 16 on my lore check.
Okay, so everybody except for Dread, I believe, would know this. Let's see, where did I put it? There. So you would know that the group that came to attack you are just a small section of a group called the Voss Gang. They're actually one of the more powerful groups on Nar Shaddaa, well, in this part of Nar Shaddaa. And their leader actually goes by the name Illy-Voss, hence Voss Gang. And he was definitely not present at the confrontation.
Well, you've heard of the bosses? Somehow this thought just struck me, and probably Kiba, it looks like, at the exact same time, if I read his one eye correct.
I mean,
The bosses are big crown family here. You know, as crown families go. They're pretty popular here. Maybe we should get out of here.
okay, but
What?
we still need
so
to
we gotta get
find-
we gotta get fuel, which means we need money, which means we need to acquire some money.
Do we want to maybe look at the other ones on that bounty list? Maybe maybe they can lead to some quick cash.
Yo, who's the other names?
There were a couple good-looking ones. There was one who they think might even be a former Jedi. Maybe we go take care of them.
Well, I guess maybe we should find out how much fuel costs so we know how much to actually go for.
Yeah.
Well, this person, dead or alive, worth 30,000 credits. Misa think that enough to refuel.
Well, I mean, if we already have the amount to refuel, we don't have to get murdered by a Jedi in an attempt to get 30,000.
No, we do the murder.
Yeah. Well, all right. I just found out about Jedi like an hour ago, but if they have a sword made of light, I don't want to fight them.
He also have sword made of lights.
Wow. Exactly.
Yeah, we don't all have to fight him. We just put him up against the other guy, and if he wins,
And
then we
he
get the
shoots from
money. If he
far
loses,
away,
we run
so
away. There we
solve no
go.
problem for me.
I think it said former Jedi. Am I remembering that right or wrong?
Yes, he said they suspected of being former Jedi.
How much money do we need to refill the Mayday back up to full?
So you do need to fully replace the fuel cell reactor. The cheapest option to replace that is 4,500 credits, and it's going to cost you another 4,500 to fill
So
it.
9,000. All
Okay. 9,000.
right.
Yeah, 9,000 total. You can get some better reactors if you wanted, but that's the minimum
Well,
price.
are we at a garage that can happen?
Yeah, you're in like the spaceport section of Nar Shaddaa at the moment, just because that's where ships that are from out of off planet would dock. And yeah, they've got plenty of that kind of stuff. You could go into the Corellian sector; that's the closest space, and they sell a lot of space like ship.
And
And how much time would it take for them to install it?
If you were able to go and pay for some kind of like expedited service, it would probably take a day and a half. You could do it yourself, and then just depending on the results of your rolls will determine how long it takes if you wanted to do that.
Okay.
You also have to pay for service if you want someone else to do it.
What's the length of time that it would take, like, or the range of the length of time, I guess, for if we did it ourselves?
If you screw it up really badly, it would take a week. If you do it really well, it'll take a day.
I don't like being in one place for that long.
I say we pay somebody.
I'm all right paying somebody. What kind of funds are we looking at here?
I'd say it's another like 1,500 credits to pay somebody to
I suppose that was Umbrin asking W. Dread, definitely not draw dicks on you.
Definitely not.
Look, I could front you the money for basically all of it.
Oh, all right.
But I'm going to expect repayment repayment with interest.
But I kind of like.
Since it was my ship and you did lose the
I kind of
fuselage.
like the idea of going bounty hunting.
I like that idea too. If only one of my local ones wasn't also being bounty hunted right now.
Well, we got a day and a half minimum anyway, so
Yeah.
if we can
Let's put it like this:
spend that.
you front the money, and then if we go do a bounty in the day and a half it takes to actually get this, you can have my share.
Sounds like a fair deal.
Yeah.
There are also other non-bounty related jobs available around if you guys wanted to.
Yeah, but that
do
doesn't involve killing
instead.
people. Well, it might.
It's Nar Shaddaa. It always involves killing
always
people.
involves killing people.
I'm okay with either choice.
Yeah, up to you guys. Do what you
All
want
right.
By the way, I think we're pitching the 10,500, right?
10. Yeah.
That'd be the total cost, yeah.
All right, let me just take that out of my fundage. Okay. So I've spent 10,500 on, let's see.
Well,
Yeah, 9,000 plus another 1,500
yeah.
for the services of installation.
yeah. Are you all going out to like the Corellian sector to go and find people and find the parts, or are you going to? Are you
Well,
splitting?
I'll go. Anybody else that wants to join me?
I would definitely. I mean, I was planning on going because I want to, it's my ship. I want to know what's going into it, and I would want Alo to come along. Honestly, I feel like I guess I would want all three of the others to come along for just, backup.
Yeah.
Sure.
Always good to have
I like
more
walking.
muscle than less.
It's always good to negotiate when you have a Wookiee on board.
Sir doesn't.
That's solid. That was
Certainly
solid.
doesn't hurt. So that was strong. So yeah, you guys will all you all disembark off of the Mayday, and you start walking out of the spaceport area. This part is a bit more enclosed than a lot of other parts of Nar Shaddaa because it's like a bunch of kind of connected rooftops with holes in the top just for ships to fly in and out of. But once you get out of that area, it opens up a lot more, and there are, the buildings kind of range from like 3 to 5 stories tall up and down. Once you get into the Corellian sector, it clearly gets much more industrial, though all of just the filth and pollution in the air just is pretty consistent throughout. There's always almost this kind of yellowy haze on everything that you see. But it is daytime at this point, so it's at least bright out. And you kind of keep walking along, and you're able to find a couple shops. You bounce back and forth between them, find some decent prices. And yeah, there is a guy there in particular that seems pretty promising as far as an actual like, mechanic to do the installation. Yeah, his name is... Where is his name? There it is. His name is Lido Anjar. And he's like, oh, hello, I hear that you're looking for somebody to build something or install something.
Yeah, that would be us. We do not have a fuel system in our ship. Obviously, that's a little important. And
can't fly without a fuel system, that's for
it
sure.
would be nice to have one if you are offering.
I could make some connections for you. And of course, for a modest fee, I could actually install it. Just looking for a standard fuel cell reactor.
And what might a enhanced fuel reactor get us? Like, what does that do?
Yeah,
Well, of course, the standard fuel cell reactor is the most balanced for both fuel consumption and energy output. If you wanted to go, a little faster but not be able to fly quite as long, you could get a strong power core one, or you could get an ionization reactor. It's a bit slower, but will pretty much last you forever.
Well, I do like fast.
All right, fast and burn out quick.
hang on a second.
Not
Hang on a second.
Things like that.
How much loss are we talking per parsec?
Oh, it will burn out, and you probably run out of fuel in about 60% of the time that you would with the standard core.
How much faster are we going with it?
About twice as fast.
Now, I may or may not be the best mathematician in the world, but that doesn't exactly sound like an even trade-off to me.
Well, I mean, it's up to you. It depends on how much that extra speed is worth. If you're willing to pay an extra 1,000 credits, then it's
Dude,
there.
I'm not made of credits. You think I'm going to be able to fuel this up every freaking planet?
I have no idea how often you'll be able to fuel and what you can afford. That part's not really my business. I'm just...
Is there like a
giving you
penny
options.
version of credits? Is there like the smallest denomination of credits?
It's just like one. It's not really any... I don't think there's anything really... I guess they probably have like decimals.
I just slowly start counting out single credit at a time. I'm trying to approach 1,000, but I'm hoping that he just gets so annoyed that he takes like 600.
He watches you as you keep putting them down.
I guess, yeah. Then if he doesn't say anything, I'll reach the full 1,000.
Oh, he'll sit there and wait for the full 1,000. Excellent. So I have some openings about 5 days in my schedule that I could work on that. Is that all right by you?
Well, we were looking to get off planet a bit quicker.
See, now that is the trick of it, isn't it? Well, unless if you have anything to convince me, that's how long it'll take.
How much to get it done in, I don't know, 2 days?
I would say about 2,000 credits or so. I could
I
accept
could buy an entirely new spaceship for 2,000 credits.
You could also die in the vacuum of space for 2,000 credits.
People pay for that?
I bet
Oh, you'd be surprised.
1,900 credits. And...
Give me a persuasion check.
Oh. Well then, I don't even have to try to throw anything else in.
Can I give... Okay, never mind.
It's a 9. It's okay.
If you had been talking more during the interaction, I would say.
Is
you
there-
could,
Oh no, I was gonna.
given that they were.
I was gonna use temporary boost, not a help action. Yeah.
which is a tech thing. It would be pretty noticeable that you were doing that. I would say because you were trying to ask before it actually got rolled that you could apply it if you want.
So you get to add a d6.
But he is very much going to notice. He gives you a very strange look as you're fiddling around with some tech in front of him.
Would I be giving him any sort of assistance? Because I was
12. Yay.
Do you have proficiency in
yes, I do.
persuasion? Then I would say Dredd could roll at advantage, so you can re-roll the.
Why am I doing all the talking?
I don't know.
Hey.
Oh, that's not better.
That's not better at all.
That's not better. I was already being pretty generous with my previous offer. I'll do you a favor. I won't increase it above 2,000. I'll get it done in a day.
Did you say 2,000 for a day?
You just say a day?
I'll get it done in a day. It'll just be $2,000 or 2,000 credits for my service, and then about 4,500 for the standard reactor.
We've already paid him all of this up front. Can we? Is that correct?
I wasn't considering you'd actually paid it yet.
Okay, got it.
Just asking general prices for things.
Got it. So I'm recalculating here. Yeah, no, we can.
Yeah, you guys haven't actually paid anything. You were just finding.
Got it.
Securing the work and everything.
Yeah, well, Dredd will slap the money down minus the 1,000, so that's 5,500 because Boone already put 1,000 down. Right?
One at a time.
One at a time.
Yeah.
Dredd's just gonna drop the credits.
Pleasure doing business with you. What's the name of your ship?
It's
port are you
Mayday.
docked in?
What port are we docked in?
Right.
I don't know. You docked it.
Yeah, I
Don't worry about it. You'll find it.
I definitely docked it myself right here.
The name is sufficient. I will find it. I'll be there later this evening to start work. It'll be ready by midday tomorrow.
That's good. Sorry, I didn't catch your name.
My
Lido?
name is Lido.
Nice to meet you.
You as well.
It's always good to ask their name.
And he's got a pretty respectable looking shop set up. You figure you can find him pretty easy. Well, what counts as respectable? All right. Anything else for him, or what do you guys want to go do?
I would like to go buy some power cells because I did use 3 of them in our fight.
Good point.
Sure. You're not really going to find too much in the way of armament stuff outside of ship class, like cannons and things like that in this sector. You'd probably have to go to like the Duros sector that's a little bit north of here. It'd be like
Sorry, did you say
an hour on foot?
Did you say the Duros sector? Okay.
Yeah.
Kiba does own a speeder.
Yeah,
Is that something he could use to get there faster?
Yeah, he could. Might be a little tough to transport it off planet. You could attach it to the outside of the Mayday.
Oh, no, just to go to the sector to buy some power cells.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. You can zip on over. Anybody going with, or you splitting off?
I feel like I had
It is a 2-seater, so if one other person wanted to come for some reason, then they could.
I feel like I had my my moment on stage.
Alo will hop on the back seat and put his arms on the waist of the gun sitting in front of him.
Yeah, Dredd will sit back and let the noobs bond.
All right, so we'll zip off to the Duros sector, the 2 of you.
So I don't know. Is the speeder loud? Do I have to like yell to like have a conversation?
Well, we're going several hundred miles an hour if we're going at full speed. So yeah, you would have to yell.
Okay. No, this is not a yelling.
Doesn't he have like
all right
ear stalks in the back? Couldn't he just like pick up your ear and whisper into it?
Do guns have ear stalks?
Or not stalks, but like they have those big like
they have
like
the
a
droopy
floppy
boy
ear.
ears.
Yeah, they have like a
they
floppy
got
ear.
I thought of
bunny
them like
rabbit.
cat ears, where it's like not the whole
flaccid
thing
bunny
is
ears.
the ear, but maybe I'm wrong.
He could just droop his ear on top. Oh.
Sure, you guys can talk.
It's a
You don't
one-way-
Actually, yell.
How do you smoke a
assume
death
you're
stick on the
Okay.
back of a speeder bike?
No, I want Matt
Just
to have to
ashes
yell
or-
through this whole conversation.
You just
So,
flick it off and you start
uh,
a forest fire on Narshada.
Forest, yes, with all the trees it has. I'm going to go ahead and deduce that this little scar right here was done from your little Jedi incident.
How so you deduce that?
Well, I mean, not to say that you're not the talkative type, but I don't know, just the way you mentioned it back there, sounds like you don't really like him that much.
No, Misa not very fond of them.
What happened exactly, if you don't mind me asking?
Fine. Misa used to live on Naboo. Back when Separatist attack. Jedi lead Gungan army.
Heard about
But
that.
Jedi don't know how to fight in a war. They know how to swing the sword, but they don't know warfare.
No.
My
No, they don't.
entire battalion died except for me, including my son. I talked to Jedi, asked him to explain, and he just brushed it off, saying it's will of the Force. So I punched him in the face, and he cut off my eye. The rest is history, as they say.
Interesting. So, after the war, they just sort of left, and there were no apologies or anything for what happened.
Not to me. Misa here, they all get killed by Empire or something though, so I guess it even out in the end.
Something like that. What do you know about them? If you don't mind me asking.
Not a much. They got some kind of magic powers. And they swing the sword around.
Yeah, they do swing the sword around, and they've got sort of magic powers. That's kind of accurate. I don't know. Listen, I know that if you want to fight them, you've got to sort of understand how they work, and if we're going to be on a team together, I'd like you to be quite effective at fighting them. So if you want, I could teach you about them a little bit.
Oh, that's smart. It's good to be prepared.
Exactly. That's my motto as well. Good to be prepared. And he's gonna let that ride. He's not gonna push any harder. He's just gonna let the rest of the ride go in silence.
All right, nice. So you're able to get there. You don't really have to do too much negotiating. Yes.
How much are power cells again? They're like
so,
10
yeah, you don't-
credits each?
That sounds right. Yeah, you're able to just find it. There's plenty of
Cool.
arms dealers in this part of the plant. On this part, so there are a lot of competing ones directly across the streets from each other and stuff.
Oh yeah.
But
Can
yeah,
I also
so
get a
you're-
couple
yeah, you're able to
grenades?
just buy 'em.
Because I use some.
You can. What kind of grenades are you looking for?
2 frag grenades.
2 frag grenades? Yeah, you can find 2.
Sweet.
For sure. Yeah,
And that's
easy enough.
200 credits total, right? For the frag grenades. Each one's 100.
Sounds... Yeah,
Cool.
yeah, no discount price for buying only 2. It's not quite enough of a bulk purchase.
Alright. Alright, that's all I had planned
So, yeah.
for that.
Cool. So then you guys will turn around to zip back. What's everybody else doing in the meantime? While they're off gallivanting.
You're muted on
You're
Discord,
muted,
Sam.
Yes, I was muted. And I was muted on OBS too. I muted myself on Discord so I could remember that I was muted on OBS.
Oh boy.
So the three of us, we should decide on which of these bounties. Do we really want to go and try and kill Jedi?
Well, I mean, here's our other options.
Did Kiba tell us of the other options, or just the Jedi?
I think Kiba only mentioned the Jedi.
Yeah.
Only mentions the Jedi and confirms
All right.
that May was
And
on
did
the
we
list.
find out what other actual, or can we go figure out if there's any other paying jobs that are not ordering Jedi?
You guys haven't actually checked any of the job boards or anything, but they're just posted all up around.
Well,
like when you know people, you can get connections, but just general work you can find.
I guess we know what to do. To the boards.
To the boards.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys can go check out some of the boards. One of them is seems to be just a delivery job, posted by a guy named Dash Halcyon. Needs a crew to oversee a delivery from the Corellian sector to the Duros sector. Total pay of 2,000 credits upon the completion of the delivery. Yeah, you can find him at the Habertavery Cantina if you want. And you'll give more details upon meeting whoever is interested. There's also a protection job where basically someone named Shan Bays of the Minal organization needs some muscle and some overwatch for a meeting that she has in the Nikto sector. That one's 5,000 credits in total for once she's returned safely to her headquarters. And the other one that is kind of standing out is a intel job. This one was posted by someone named Amina Tain, who that name actually kind of sparks a bit of memory from your recent job on Nar Shaddaa, Umbran. You didn't actually meet her at any point, but you know that she is somebody who is often used as kind of a middle person to help coordinate work and to help put together crews and connect them with people who need them and stuff like that. Generally very discreet. Yeah, and the listing doesn't give any further details about what all would be done. It's just, you know that you'd be gathering intel.
Is there a credit amount attached to that?
It says to be discussed in person.
I know this Amina Tain. I remember her name because it sounds like I need a taint. So I've done some work for Amina Tain while I was here. She's stand up lady.
Known quantity. I like it.
Yeah. I don't like that I don't know how much is going to be, but the last job I did paid well enough.
As long as we...
Your experience probably would teach you that usually when the pay isn't listed, it's because it's going to be a little higher than other things that will normally get put generally on a job.
I mean, worst case scenario, it's not for us, yeah?
Yeah, we find out, but there's probably some kind of NDA that we have to sign.
I'm not telling anybody nothing.
I'm telling everybody everything. No, I'm just kidding.
We shouldn't take him to the meeting.
No, always take a Wookiee to the meeting. Look at this. As things go bad, he could rip somebody in half.
I can, and I will.
Or he could rip somebody in half and then things go bad.
Or I can rip somebody in half and nothing goes bad.
Those all sound like options.
Oh, we've covered all the bases.
Yeah, those are all options. I still think Harry Johnson Inuba should come.
Fine,
Sorry,
but he's your problem.
Wait, what's the problem?
He's if things go bad, it's on you.
All right.
Your job to make sure things stop.
Well,
going
I mean,
bad.
I don't think it'll go bad if he's done work for her before, so shouldn't go bad, right? Unless
I mean,
it's nothing to do with her. I'm just saying I've tried to rein you in before. It hasn't worked. I'm done trying.
okay.
Wait, you tried to rein in Harry?
I heard you try to neuter me.
There's your first mistake.
So I'm gonna take that as a why would you try to neuter me?
I think he might think that you're a large dog.
How dare you? draw dicks on you. How dare you?
Where are we right now?
You guys could still be in the Corellian sector. You could have gone back to the Mayday, or could have gone pretty much wherever.
Is the bounty board near this job board, or no? Or is that a different area? Okay.
No, the bounty board is really just put up in the actual like bounty hunters guild, and you kind of need membership to be able to actually get inside.
That makes sense.
Or somebody to vouch for you.
Okay. I'm game to just wait for Alo and Eba for now.
I will say the listing does say on it that to find her, to go to the Cora work attire store, which is in the Duros sector.
Oh, everything's going to the Duros sector. I don't like the sound of that Duros sector. Sounds like a threatening place that we'll never actually get to.
Seems like a bad time that you have had experience with for some reason.
All I'm saying is I've heard about this Duros sector, but I've never actually seen it. Just seems like maybe it's gotten built up too much by now, and that even if we do go there, not going to be as rewarding as we thought it was.
See, this seems way too specific for something you don't know about.
I played a role-playing game
I feel like you've been there and you're just not telling us about it. I feel like you're withholding it intentionally at this point.
All right, you do know me very well. W. Dread. Now remember that we're in Black Company. It's W. Dread. Because nobody in their right mind would believe this man's name is Draw Dicks on You.
Or was.
Who is also a dead man, so, very important to not bring up his name in vain. Because, we honor the dead, that's right. That's what we do.
God, no, I'd never.
Yeah, of course.
Nope.
Yeah.
Totally. I don't honor any dead. No witnesses.
Okay. There's...
So you guys could easily just hail a cab, basically. There's plenty of that stuff around. You don't actually have to walk. I'm just assuming everybody has comm links and stuff. Is just the three of you are going to go there? Or are you going to get in contact with, Ayla?
I have a bunch of comm links. I'm assuming that I would be able to hand them out. I do only have 5, so let's just assume R5 does not have one right now.
I have one that I don't need, so he can have mine.
Okay.
Ta-da.
R5 stay with the ship.
So you guys informing them, or are you
we'll let them know.
off on your own?
Alo, and Kiba, we're going to scope out a job that doesn't involve murder.
What?
Ideally.
All right, suit yourself.
We're just going to go see, and then we'll decide as a group later on. That's where we're going to be, and I tell them where we're going to be because I can't remember. It's like the workers clothing union or something.
Yeah, the Cora work attire store, where literally it's all like jumpsuits and stuff like that, just like basic work attire. Not the most glamorous.
No. Like going to a
you promised me murder.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Listen, there's gonna be murder. If I know us, there's going to be murder. Like, look.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all right. It's fine.
We barely knew each other, met back with each other for an hour before we murdered like a lot of people. It's gonna happen par for the course. I'm just saying, like, we don't have to set ourselves up to murder people for money. We just have to murder people.
I was just defending myself.
Everybody's calm. Everybody's collected. Everybody's definitely gonna get to kill somebody who is not me. And
okay, we can go.
And preferably not Boone, although preferably Boone before me.
Oh, don't worry. I've let nothing happen to you guys.
I don't take that personally.
So as you guys are all discussing how much you do or don't take personally, you're able to just flag down a cab, and it drives you over. You notice a distinct change in architecture once you leave the Corellian sector and enter the Duros sector. where the Corellian sector is much more kind of sharp, like brutalist architecture around, with a lot of metal and like hard corners. The Duro sector actually has a lot of domed buildings. They're generally maxing out at like 2 stories tall. Seem to be made out of sandstone and stuff like that was imported off-world or from off-world. And true to its name, you do see a lot of the Duros species of aliens wandering around here. They're the like blue-skinned, red-eyed ones. I think Cad Bane is technically one, but you don't see him with his like stereotypical alien, like rounded-shaped egghead thing because of his hat. But so yeah, there's a lot of them around. And as you begin, you kind of hover up and you get outside a very unassuming looking store, and you're able to hop out and you see the door is open, and through the door behind a counter, you see a somewhat elderly looking Bothan woman. And we'll go ahead and take a quick break before you start chatting with her. Yeah, we'll be back so that we can, deal with break things.
All right.
And we are back. And we're just going to go ahead and pick right up outside of the Coro Work Attire store. I believe we just have Harry, Dread, and Umbra, a slightly elderly-looking Bothan female, standing behind a counter inside. Bothans, for the record, are those kind of dog-like humanoids that get referenced in the movies but are pretty much never seen. They tend to have like pretty long, like kind of whiskers and like braided bits of their fur coming down off their face, like really long snouts and pointy ears. And she's got like a bit of gray tinged in with the brown fur. And she notices you all getting outside of her store. She looks up and, yes, now, had you not worked with the particular contractor for this job in the past, or at least the group of people that she represents, I would have been a bit more hesitant about bringing you all back here. But here we are. So, in particular, this group of individuals have been run afoul of Zintar and his clan, all based in that palace of his. And a couple of them were captured, shall we say, recently. And they are looking for someone to more discreetly scope the place out. Find out where within the palace their friends are being held. Find out make a good extraction plan for them, if you will. They are nursing some wounds at the moment and have had a bit of a
So we're just figuring out good entry and exit strategy for sorry, what was his name? Palace?
Zintar, the Hut, the one who is in charge of this whole sector.
Afraid of
Nar Shaddaa.
Get in.
Oh yes, there's it is not the most favorable job,
Well,
but
yeah, that's what I was about to ask. It's favorable if it's high paying enough. So what are we talking here?
oh, round about 15,000 credits.
Oh, you're killing me, Amina. You're killing me here. 15,000 credits is barely going to get us off world. Zintar's after us. Oh no. I don't know.
I mean, you know them. You know they don't have a large amount of credits at their disposal. They're trying to get by, but I suppose that I could talk with the Twi'lek, who's leading them now, and see if she has any extra credits rumbling around.
Oh, really? They're led by a Twi'lek woman, huh?
Yes, she came in from off-world recently. She seemed to have been familiar with many of them, but hadn't been seen around for some time.
Did she happen to say where she came from?
I did not ask.
Would you be?
Don't make it.
I'd give a brief
business.
description of my wife. That ring a bell?
No, yes, that is. I mean, that's pretty much what she looked like. She was dressed in a little bit more functional attire than.
Sorry, I was
yes.
thinking about our honeymoon.
That is.
Would you be?
Oh, you're married to her.
I really shouldn't have said that. You're discreet, though.
Would you
wouldn't tell anything about Bumbrin. Bumbrin and you were
apologize.
like this.
For Umbrin's lapse of judgment, but we would like to meet with the client if that is okay. You are, of course, if you would prefer to mediate, that is within your privilege.
I would be happy to pass along your interest, but I would not force her to meet with you in any way if she was.
What?
Umbrin looks very nervous now. He was like momentarily excited, and then he got nervous.
Hold up, Barry Johnson's hand is up, and that's usually.
How do we join the breakout crew?
All right, back to Umbrin.
Well, I suppose that you would need to take it up with them, my employers, and potentially your soon-to-be employers. They may want to see a demonstration of your skills before they would entrust you with such things, and perhaps this job would be a way of getting in their good graces.
Hey guys, we should do that. Sounds like
seeing
fun.
as I have an in with these people. I think. Listen, just let her know that Bumbrin stopped in and was asking about her, and if she wants to talk more, she can meet us at our ship, or we can meet her somewhere.
All good.
I'll use my comm link. So this job seems pretty good. We should definitely consider it. In fact, I already kind of agreed to do it, at least myself. I can't speak for everybody, although I am the captain.
How much does it pay?
I can't remember. 15,000, I think.
15,000
credits
For everybody?
total.
Oh.
I mean, except you because you don't use money.
And you already said we do it.
I said that I would do it.
I could use money, just throwing that out there.
All right, why don't we rendezvous and
We'll talk about it later.
you can give us the rest of the details then.
Yeah, the details. I'm definitely going to remember all the details.
Oh, I've got them all stored. Don't worry.
We're all gonna die. Oh my god.
I heard intel and got bored.
So just to be clear and say it outside of character, the job that she is offering to you guys is to go and break into Zintar the Hutt's palace. Well, not necessarily break in, but find a way in, whatever that may be. Figure out where a group of individuals are currently being held that were captured in a raid against one of Zintar's various warehouses he has around the planet, and to determine a safe-ish, infiltration and extraction plan for a. Basically, you're supposed to be going there to do recon. Specifically, she is not asking you at the moment to break them out, but you guys do what you want to do. Yeah, and so that is the job. 15,000 credits. You have deduced that it is Mayboon in particular who is now leading this.
A lot closer than I thought.
Now think about
Wait,
this.
we're
I guess we meet back at the Mayday for now?
into a Hutt's palace.
Yeah, well, we don't have to. We could maybe find a reason to go in, but we're gathering gathering intelligence on how to get in and out. The 20 people who probably are not alive down there.
You took
This would be a lot easier
But
to talk about.
are we back together? Can we say
reconnoiter?
I would say first, yeah. Do you guys have any other questions for Amina before you split off for the rest of the group, or do you guys want to go reconvene somewhere?
I think we've got the
I don't know. My
information
questions
we need.
are all about just murdering people, so probably.
Are they going to provide us with any sort of
that's what I
equipment? Are they going to give us like stealthing gear, speeder bikes to get out of there, false identification? Or is that all on us?
She offered to give you guys or let you borrow some of the work suits since Dredd asked about that. But she would not provide you with any of that gear. She figures part of the payment is for the crew is for you guys to come with the necessary gear.
Well, we know where some speeder bikes are. We could regroup there, I suppose. Boone, are you having a spasm?
Yeah, I'm having a spasm. Hold on, 1 second.
So, fair to assume that you guys are going to go back and just reconvene with everybody then?
Yeah, I think we'll meet back up at the garage.
Cool. So yeah, you guys can all go back to the garage and reconvene there.
Okay.
And we'll just fast forward through that process, and you are all now back in the garage.
It's one of those cool wipe fades.
all right, Captain. What exactly?
I was going for more one of the circle.
The wipes, yes. How's very Star Wars. Very Star Wars. All right, Captain. What exactly are we signed up for?
Well, I by no means signed everyone up. I agreed myself. I have some personal stakes in the matter. But there seems to be some faction that decided it was a smart idea to break into Zintar the Hutt's palace. And they got caught. And that's not good, so they're captured. But somebody's going to pay us a lot of money to just look around to see if there's a good way in or out.
I mean, let's not be coy about it. Specifically, his wife is going to be paying us 15,000 credits to break.
Wait, how did you know it's my wife?
I think you just
You were
told us
talking
that.
about your honeymoon.
Oh, that's right. Sometimes I say things out loud that I shouldn't.
Like the fact that we're trying to break into a Hut's palace. That is, you realize that is basically a suicide mission.
We don't necessarily all have to break into.
I mean, I would like to break into Hut's palace,
just have
but
to
that's
find
just
a-
me.
Thank
You
you.
would like to break into the Hut's
Harry
palace.
Johnson. Thank you. Somebody.
We have to find a safe way in. We have to find a safe way out.
So we don't
That's all
actually have
that's
to.
required.
We don't actually have to break them out. We just have to lay down groundwork for a later team to do it.
I mean, it's the job as described so far.
Again,
Yeah.
I would
We've been-
I would
So
like
slightly
to.
less of a
promise that we
suicide
can-
mission, but still
I would
very concerning.
100%
We don't have to break
like
in at all.
to. I think it'd be way better than just sitting around doing nothing. But that's just me.
We don't have to break in.
No, we can. I mean, there's no part of the job description that says we have to break in at all. We can just find a good reason to be there and take a look around.
And murder
Can
people.
we not, the 6 of us smart gentlemen,
Nope.
figure out a way to a reason why we need to be in Zentar the Hutt's palace? Like maybe somebody smelled a gas leak and called it in, or we're from Publishers Clearinghouse Prizes. We're here to give them a check, but we need to use the bathroom.
I can use the bathroom.
We've also been promised that we can loan
Not
out
right in the
any
middle of
kind
the
of
Hut's
workers'
palace.
uniforms to look a little more like we belong there.
How many
some
people?
reason or another.
How many people are we breaking or trying to help get broken out?
We don't.
If they're lucky, 20.
Then nobody's that lucky. You don't bring into Zentar the Hutt's palace and wait, I'm not selling this job, am I? 20, probably 20. If they 20 people broke in, they're probably all fine. Probably all fine.
I mean, they're probably at least half of them are dead, but more than 2.
All right. So,
More than 2, less than 100.
is the fixer willing to give us some supplies?
Yeah, uniforms.
We are the
buddy.
supplies.
What kind
Sure,
of
why
supplies
not?
are you thinking of?
I don't know.
Well, I have a frag grenade.
some sort of
I have a,
Cloak.
some sort of credentials.
Okay,
some
no,
sort of
frag
frag
credentials.
grenade is the
Yeah.
opposite of what we really want here. We're looking for like cloaking fields. Or
I have a vibro
exactly.
battle axe.
Credentials I might be able to figure
that
out.
like that
No,
just as
didn't
bad
know.
as a frag grenade.
I have a bowcaster.
Lucky.
It's all very
Yeah.
useful.
That's what's great about a stealth mission is a bowcaster.
Yeah.
Do we have like a time frame? Do we have like a timeline when we have to get started?
I mean, ideally, we're trying to get out of here before our ship is fixed. So, like, day and a half.
Why are we rushing so much to get off planet?
Yeah, and the reason that you wanted to leave planet isn't she?
You know, that's actually true. Kiba has a point.
Yeah.
So why are you
Well,
trying to leave?
You're all making very good, smart points. But I do believe it was W. Dread that wanted to get out quicker, so he paid
Something-
for expedited.
Something in your eye, Captain.
I mean, you had
There's something
me
in
at
your
all-
eye.
you
Why
had
do
me
I
at
want to
off
get out
planet.
quicker?
You like
Save
blinking
your
funny.
Nashidar.
You're making
Nobody's
weird
looking for me.
faces.
Oh, here, hold up, guys. We're doing a lot of talking over each other, and on stream that's going to be just garble. So one at a time. I think, Paul, you were speaking.
Yeah, I'm just saying, why do I want to get out of? I'm in no rush to get out of here. I'm laying low. I'm feeling good.
All right. Well, I was trying to.
Nobody's actively looking for me. I'm just trying to stay, not in one place for too long, but there's a lot of places on this planet.
All right. Well, I just thought you paid the guy a lot of money to get it done quicker, so I just thought that was.
Yeah, because I thought you wanted it done
Ooh.
quicker.
Well, I appreciate that. No, I really do.
So we should go back to the
person I was
guy.
looking for is actually here, so I don't care if we get out of here quickly. But I mean, I was hoping to get her, away from this I can't swear very much. I can't swear very much right now, but this poop hole of a planet, I was hoping to get her off this planet.
What if she doesn't want to leave the planet?
Oh,
Yeah, didn't you used to say something about her leading the group or something? Why would she just leave?
I can be convincing. Clearly. Hey,
I mean, you had me at getting off planet. I'm down.
see, I convinced other people, so I can convince her, maybe.
I'm people?
Oh God.
Oh, shit.
You're gonna regret that.
Great
You
job.
made me swear.
Look
You
what
made
you
me
done.
swear. Listen, you can be a creature, you can be people. I still don't think you have a soul.
You probably kiss your dad on the mouth, whatever.
Yeah, what's wrong with that? I love my dad.
This is just a series of odd flexes at this point.
So are we
have a
breaking
dad, I
in
have a
or
man.
not?
Somebody,
I want to break in.
please.
I want to destroy
Uh,
stuff.
I would really...
Oh, thank you. A vote. All right, who's in favor of breaking in?
Misa normally like to shoot a gun, but make an enemy of a hut on Nar Shaddaa sounds like a bad idea.
Very.
I agree.
Very.
I agree with
That's
Keeper.
1 for. Everybody else against.
Well,
Harry, I'm sorry.
You guys suck.
Next time.
You guys are the worst. I'm just gonna stand this
if
shit.
I-
And once it goes sideways, guess who's not gonna be there to protect you guys? Me. You guys are screwed.
Listen, if I could...
Well, I have an idea. Maybe you wait nearby, and then when we inevitably screw it up, you charge in, start attacking with battle axe.
I feel like that's a real one.
I can pretty much assure you that we're not going to be sneaking out, so we're probably going to have to bust our way out, which is where you come in handy. I can pretty much assure you.
Fine, I'll protect you guys. Let's get it over with. Come on.
All right,
Misa still think
Well-
Jedi Hunt is better. Make double money.
It's sort of like the payment is what I don't like. It's a lot of risk and not a very big reward.
Listen,
I mean, what do you mean it's a lot of risk? It's more risk than fighting a Jedi. Really?
Pissing off
You
the
really think
pissing
that?
off the huts? Yes, that is
Yeah.
a risk.
We're not pissing them off. We're just getting in, having a look-see, telling somebody else. Nobody has to know.
You know, I remember we did a job against the Hutts last time. That was a lot of fun.
it worked out okay, right?
Yeah.
We lived.
I lived beautifully. It was awesome.
It worked out fine.
Listen, I can't sign anybody else up for this. I'm signed up for it because I have a personal interest. There's some people involved, but I'm not going to tell anybody else they got to do it.
Well,
I agree that
I'm signed up for it because it hopefully keeps him alive, and he owes me money, and I'd like to keep him alive long enough to pay it back.
So when does the interest start on that, by the way?
Oh, I don't know. It's been, 3 hours, right?
Roundabouts.
3 hours ago.
All right. Well, okay. We'll figure it out. Anyways. Umbrin in his head is banking on the guy that literally can't live without tubes through his body is going to die before he needs to repay this debt.
well,
All right.
All right.
All right.
Your wife, your mission. What do you want to do?
All right. Well, we can get some workers' costumes from Amina and find out some sort of lie to say that we need to do work there. Maybe there's some kind of technical error. maybe their initial assault on the palace left some like broken stuff that we need to fix. Like there's some external structural issues that we got to get into. Or
just to be clear before you get too far down that road, they were trying to raid a warehouse that was like on a different part of the moon, not the actual palace itself. Yeah, no, they weren't quite so brazen as to try to assault Hutt's palace with their current numbers.
We could be Rancor salesmen. I know if I know a Hutt, they are always looking for a Rancor.
I mean, they're going to want to see a Rancor. Do we have one of those?
I like you, Halo. I like you. You're always bringing sense to the table.
Maybe we convince them that Harry Johnson is Rancor. He big like monster.
Yeah, are there any events, any kind of fights that they're hosting soon? Anything they might have need of a savage Wookiee for?
Yes. There's
I mean, you would.
just because you guys did race around the actual palace compound, but it's a massive compound that takes up like a dozen city blocks worth of space. Right. And there's like the main palace itself in the center, but there's also a lot of like he has like a fighting arena off in one corner. There even has his own little private casino that's like invite only on the premises. And there's a giant power plant attached to the back of it that primarily powers everything inside of the actual thing that you guys raced through, but it also powers like the entire district around it.
All right, so since we're basically doing heist prep, I'd like to ask, are there any advertised events that we any advertised events that we know about where there's a potential for lapsed security, a potential for more inflow and outflow, anything in specifically today or tomorrow? But I mean, at this point, any time within the week, even.
There is a sold out concert tonight at the casino in there. That has been it's had big old sold out stickers like slapped on top of all the advertisements for it for like months at this point. There's pretty much every other day there's at least some smaller fights in the arena that he has going on. The next one's going to be the day after because he didn't conflict with the big concert that he had lined up.
Do I know if they hire out for set up and tear down for that, or do they have their own internal staff that does set construction? For this particular touring group, they have an outside. They've got a pretty flashy stage show, and they only trust their own to do it. But they do hire outside people, and it takes a lot of people. You could probably it's an option for how to find a way. So like crowd control would be definitely one area, although that might be just the guards.
I had
the actual crowd itself, they would hire some outside help. The guards would be more just guarding the actual.
Why not? Could I try to surf the HoloNet and see if there are any, any particular companies or corporate? I don't know. Any groups that are hiring for that event right now?
Sure. Let's see. Give me a
temporary boost.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead and do temporary boost. Give me a technology check as you're scouting around.
Gladly. Oh, there we go. There
If you want to roll a d6, you can, but I don't think it'll matter.
I do want to roll a d6. Of course I want to roll a d6. It's 27.
Why not? Oh yeah, you find there is one main one. The most recent job that the company did for Zintar had a higher than usual mortality rate. They got a pretty intense. He had a pretty intense show lined up that night, and moshing got pretty violent. And
oh my god, I want to mosh now.
Okay.
So they're looking for some last minute replacements.
I have.
Yeah. All right.
No, continue on with your thing. I have an idea.
Go ahead.
Once you're.
No, go ahead, Sam.
Well,
It'll give me a few more minutes.
The power plant. Is there any idea that I might have of could we just disable? I mean, it's a little bit more break-in than we had agreed to, but if there was a way to, turn off the power during a major concert, things might get pretty crazy in there and confusing, and then we can scope out a bit. I know we have an explosive expert in here.
Hi, that's me.
Is there any way that I can think of? I don't know specifically.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I mean, the power plant's there, and you know that sabotage is certainly an option. Just on you guys to figure out how to do it.
So I think,
but that is very much a viable thing that you could try to do to shut down the power inside the compound.
so I think,
Or at least you'd figure you could probably hit certain areas of the compound. It's unlikely you'd be able to take down the entire place with at once.
Maybe Misa make some timed explosives with my demolitions kits.
that could be good. That could be good. Could you prep them for remote detonation instead?
I don't know, Davey. Is that a thing I can do?
Yes. It's I would say it'll be a slightly harder check to do that kind of modification, because just putting a clock on something is a lot easier than making sure it will be able to transmit frequencies, and it's also going to be placed inside a power plant, which is going to have a lot of electromagnetic interference going on. So you can do it. It would just, the difficulty would be increased by 5 for the DC.
I see.
Say.
Okay.
Yeah, but totally doable.
Misa could maybe do it. If any of you are good with tech, you could also help me.
I am good with tech,
Help out.
although I do think
Good to know we have options.
explosives are seems a little loud for the situation, but I mean, if we're timing it or if it's remote, I might be able to help out with that.
Oh, I'm not thinking of it for us. I'm thinking about leaving it there for the employer.
That's actually a really great. This is why we brainstorm, piggybacking ideas.
So I would like to create some fake resumes for us using my I don't know if I have to use my slicer gear for that or not, but and I guess
you would get to use your slicer gear to make some fake credentials.
Okay. Should it be an intelligence check?
Yeah. Intelligence, please.
Sure.
Which I believe you're proficient, so
Yes.
yeah.
You can use a fate point
Plus proficiency.
17.
They seem pretty legit.
Yeah.
They seem pretty legit. Basically, just that's going to be the difficulty, the check that they'll have to roll. If they can beat that, they'll figure out that it's that they're phonies, and if they don't get that high, then you'll pass through without a problem.
Yeah.
All right. Well, potentially have gotten us high.
What in particular are these fake IDs going to be saying that who you are? You can figure that out now as a group.
Yeah.
But
So
it's relevant.
I mean, I figured, if you guys want to come up with your own fake names, that's fine. But in general, it's just we're a crew who's just passing through, looking for work.
How does that get us inside the power plant?
Right, so
Well, that just gets us on the grounds. We get ourselves into the power plant.
All right.
Wait, is the power plant on the grounds of the palace?
Step one is making it look like we're supposed to be there, right?
That's true.
Power plant is attached to the compound, but not really contained within it.
Right.
You could make my ID say power plant technician or something.
Yeah, we could write in something about being let go without prejudice or something.
Is there anything that would let us get into both the power plant and the main compound itself? Or is that too broad?
Well, I mean, you could probably get in just about anywhere. Everywhere needs a droid.
Damn right.
So the plan
The
is...
difficult one is going to be Halo. You do not look like you belong anywhere that the working man, let's call it, would.
I assume we're going to have different outfits, right?
I can actually help with that.
It's not always.
I have disguise kit.
I'm just.
Do I get new parts?
Here, Halo, give me an insight check.
Sure.
Oh,
Nope, not even close. Nope.
Oof. Yeah. No.
Got it.
Carry on.
Got it.
I'm just saying, it's not entirely in the way you dress. It's the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you carry yourself. You know.
Okay, I'll say for the group, just because a show is sold out doesn't mean that it's impossible to get tickets to a show. It just means you can't acquire them through a normal go-to.
There's
ticket
always
counter and
going to
buy
be a
them.
guy
That's also
outside.
true.
wait, is
Scalpers.
Travis Scott performing?
So,
No.
This is
Oh,
going to
no.
be so 2020 dumb
no.
idea. Has
I
anyone
know.
taken a selfie with their has anyone taken a social media photograph of their ticket on the HoloNet?
That would be another technology check, I believe, if you want.
I'm
This is
happily
kind of turning more into yeah, you could look to see if you find anything. It's not likely, but if you roll
wait, just so I understand.
Exactly the same.
The
I
plan
rolled like
is...
that again.
Yes, somebody took a picture of their. Somebody posted a picture of their ticket a couple weeks ago because they managed to buy it off of a scalper and were just so excited that they needed to share it with everyone.
Go ahead and try to stick that into like a printer.
They'll be like digital.
Oh, got it.
They're because they'll be on like a little ID.
Oh, okay.
Wait,
Got it.
But that is something you could try to make a forgery of.
Yes, I would love to try to make a forgery of that.
Yes. At this point, though, it's going to take you probably till like the next day between that and the other forgeries you've
Oh,
made.
that's fair.
It's just like for the fake IDs.
Okay, yeah.
If somebody
I
else
do
wanted to
have a
try and
forgery
the
kit,
capabilities,
Not
good,
too much.
but
Cool.
just throwing it out there, why don't we just find 6 people that are going into the concert, obviously, and then beat them up and take their tickets?
Ooh, I like that idea even more. I could rip them in half if
Not
you
kill
We
them.
don't even need 6 people. We've
Harry,
already.
not kill them.
We don't even need 6
but
people.
we leave no witnesses. This is the whole point of leaving no witnesses. Because they're gonna
Right,
ID
you're
us, and then
No,
we're
I'm
gonna
with
be
Boone. We
screwed.
don't- I'm with Boone. Leaving no witnesses doesn't mean we have to kill them. It just means that we have to not be seen.
And they're gonna see a giant Wookiee.
Listen, I have a wig that you can wear. I have a disguise kit. If we put a wig on you, no one will ever know that it's Harry Johnson in your butt.
A mustache.
No, I only have one mustache, and that's going on R5.
Do you
we
at
only
least
have
have
to-
a blonde wig then?
I do. I have a blonde wig. Have you ever seen Mars Attacked?
Yes.
It's gonna be like that.
Yes, I'm in. Let's do it.
All right.
So-
We don't have to get 6 people. We only have to get like 2 or 3. We can. Half of us can go in the front, and half of us can go in the back. Reconvene in the middle. There
So
we go.
you're saying we should split the party?
I'm saying we should split the party for like a few minutes.
Man.
Have at least a couple of people who can get into the restricted areas, and a few people who can pretend that they're just there to enjoy themselves.
So,
Back us up if necessary.
so the plan is that some of us go into the concert, and the others go into the power plant.
No, I think he's saying some people go in through the gate of the concert with tickets, and some people sneak into the back of the concert by like jumping over a gate or something.
All right.
I mean, we don't have to sneak in. We've got fake RDs that will let us in under the guise of working there.
So we're still going in through the front gate, just going from there.
Some of us are.
Some of us are going through the front gate, and some of us are going through the employee entrance.
So I don't have to toss the droid over, is what you're saying.
But wait.
I'm not saying you have to.
No,
not.
I'd rather not be thrown.
No one tosses a droid.
You know what? We'll keep that one in the back pocket in case we need to start something.
You know, you say that, but then this one does.
Well,
He doesn't have any pockets. I don't know what you're talking about.
I definitely like the idea of going in through the front entrance. I don't think splitting up, though, is the best idea, because then we lose communication with each other. It's going to be a mess.
So we don't lose communication.
We still have comm links, right?
So what happens if either one of us called out?
Things go south.
Go south.
Well, then
Half the group is still on mission.
But,
Right.
Yeah, I'm getting more on board with this with the group thing.
Divide and conquer.
Now we'll just have to figure out who goes in the front door.
Who goes in the back door. I got a feeling Harry Johnson is a backdoor man.
I mean, I do my best work from the back.
Anybody else want to volunteer for backdoor crew? All right, I'll go backdoor then too, because I at least feel like I will not die if Harry Johnson's there.
Which doors power plants?
How about we figure this out over the week, and we'll come back. We'll start out the session with a
Sounds
plan.
good. We'll work out the specifics in between. But yeah, so anything else you guys want to do then? So the plan is to have half or some amount of you go in kind of through the front entrance as part of the crowds entering into the compound, and then some of you coming in through the power plants under the guise of being there to do work. And then you'll figure out what you're doing once you get in there.
Yeah. All right. Sounds like
Sure.
a plan to me. And I'd
Flying from the hip.
preemptively like to thank everybody for being on board with my own personal reuniting with my wife.
Well, we know where
Mission.
50,000 credits are, so that's a good thing.
I don't like the way you said that.
Look, I'm just going to say we've been through a lot together, and
Of course, Umbrin. You know I care about you and your wife. As he goes in for a big hug and he squeezes.
Yeah. I'm also on board with your personal stuff too, of which I know nothing about at all because I've never asked you.
You know, you hear multiple vertebrae are like popping as he's like just like squeezing you in.
Red leans over to Alo. He's just like, "This is exactly why I brought this squishy stuff up. I know that Harry Johnson's a big softy when it comes to emotions."
You got that damn right.
Oof. Oof.
Well, the sooner we get this done, the sooner I
Right.
can go back to space.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Exactly. Let's get this show on the road.
Anything else you guys want to do before we wrap for the night?
I mean, if I am the one making the forgeries, I guess, because W Dread expended his stuff, but I do.
Making some IDs. So you want to make some fake tickets to get in?
Fake credentials.
Or
Wait, credentials
you
or
guys
tickets?
are.
No, I think we have the credentials through getting work outfit from
Yeah,
Amina.
Yeah, Dredd was able to make some fake credentials for people who are like coming in through the power plant side of things to look like legitimate workers who would have a reason to be there. Getting through the front gate would be the fake tickets, or as the previously proposed option of beating somebody up and trying to steal their tickets is...
You can tell when somebody's going to a concert. You can see, oh, that person's going to a concert. There's 3 people of my exact same height and build. That's what cartoons have always showed me. You will find exactly the right build of person.
They just look slightly worse than animal.
And if they're slightly taller, I can just rip off a limb.
That.
Yeah, there you go. That's how that works. And on that ripping off a limb note, we're going to go ahead and call it for the evening. Thank you, everybody out there, for checking this out. Look forward to seeing you all again next week. And have a good one, everybody. Night.
Night.